Guess who's back? Back again. Back in black! Hi everyone, how are we all? I hope everyone is doing alright. I'm doing just fine. It's been a while. It has. I'm sorry about that. Explanations for all of that will be coming up in the future, maybe. But for now at least, we're not going to discuss that. I have a story that I would like to tell you of something that happened to me relatively recent, a couple weeks ago. That recent. It is like fresh, like a sandwich in the brain. Like a brain sandwich. Ew. Ugh. That doesn't sound appetizing. But I have jam. Brain jam. Not brain jam. Not brain jam. Space jam. Space jam sandwich. So I was sent on a course as part of my kind of development at work. It's the AR course, the RR course, Alcohol Retail and Responsibility, something like that. Responsible alcohol and rah or whatever. It's something to do with selling alcohol responsibly, making sure that I can do what I have been doing for the past 3.5 years correctly. I had to get from my local train station to Chiswick train station. Not Chiswick train station. I had to get to a station in Chiswick, and that involved going on to ye olde faithful tfl.gov.uk, and I typed in the my local station and the postcode that I had been given for this location in Chiswick that I needed to get to. That was it. That was all I had to go on. So typed it into TfL and all of these complex routes came up. I was looking at them like... Oh. So I knew that the journey wasn't going to be pleasant, let alone that it was going to take like 2 hours in rush hour all the way up to Cannon Street, and then from Cannon Street I had to get a tube on the District line. I think it was a District line, whichever one is the green one, onto the District line to Earls Court or whatever the big District line interchange is, and then get on a different branch of the District line to then go all the way to Ravenscourt Road. It was just a big old pain in the proverbials. £17.50 it cost me. Freaking travel card, 1 to 6 travel card. I could have got on a 1 to 4. I didn't know. I didn't know where Ravenscourt Road was in the London TfL train zonage system. I think that's the technical name for it. So I just got a 1 to 6 to be safe. I could have gotten a 1 to 4. It probably still would have cost me 15 quid to get to London. You can fly to Dublin for that. You probably fly to Dublin for half of that. Vague pun in there somewhere. Dublin and half. So I got off at Ravenscourt tube station, and I like to be prepared because I don't do directions too well. I don't function very well on going lefts and going rights, going straight ons. What I function on is when you get to the big statue, do right. So when you get to the big statue, do right. Clean up some of the litter around it. Do your good deed. So it's like when you get to the big statue, make a right. And then you will see the bridge that's shaped like a oddly proportioned camel. Go straight underneath it, and then, you know, something visual. If I'm going somewhere I've never been before, I spend a bit of time on Google Street View, just kind of like plugging along. Yeah, why not? I plug along the road, just kind of getting a lay of the land, couple of landmarks and things I can look out for and stuff like that. The problem with London is there's a lot of little side roads that I don't think the Google car could fit down, and Ravenscourt Road happens to be on one of those side roads. Going off topic here. So when you go on Google Maps, you type in your address. It's like, okay, fine, and I want to get to here. It draws you the line, right? When you want to go down in Street View, you drop the little man down, right, and the camera kind of spins around four times, and then you land in Street View, and it's like, well, which way am I now facing? What it needs is on Street View, then it needs to kind of colour the road in like a faint blue, so that you can still see the route you're supposed to be taking, or something like that, because it sort of spins around, and every time I just plop in the middle of the street, it's like, Well, I don't know where this street is at the best of times, let alone when you've spun me round 6 times, and now I've got to find out which way is where I'm supposed to be headed. And I was a scout. I know how to read a map. I know how to get to north. So I tried to plan my route to where I needed to be on Street View. I kind of took a couple of roads and then got to somewhere where I hadn't actually seen. I was like, oh, well, this ain't good. I have a feeling it's over that way, so I'm just going to go right. And it's worked for me in the past as well. I got horrifically drunk one night and then ended up staying at someone's house who I'd only met like twice. The first time I'd ever been to their house, I was carried back to their house completely out of it. And then woke up the following morning, left, everyone else was still asleep. I had to leave like a note on the chair saying, thanks for putting me up, sorry this is your first experience of me. So I left a note where I'd been sleeping and then stepped out of their front door and was like, actually I don't know where this house is in relation to somewhere I do know. So I'm just going to go right and hope for the best. And I went right and the best came out because it went exactly to where I needed to be. So I thought, you know what, I am just going to go right. Then I began to kind of see like parts of the building I had to go to, and it was like, fine, good, that's it. I know where I need to be. I approached the reception of this building, went inside, and there was a fella in front of me who was signing on for the same course that I was going to be there. So he signed in and was handed like a blue sort of visitor's pass, and the receptionist said, have you been here before? And he said, yes, I have. So she's like, so you know where you're going then? And he was like, yes, I am. And off he went. I stepped up to the desk and I said, hi, I'm here for the ARAR Responsible Alcohol Award Licensing blah blah course thing. Just throwing words related to what I'm supposed to be there for, hoping that she would kind of pull meaning out and know what I'm talking about. Kind of signed in. She gave me my blue visitor's pass, and then she said, have you ever been here before? I said, no, I have not. And she was like, okay, fine, no problem. So once you go out here, you just do a left, then another left. The guy who was just here in front of you, he's signing on for the same course, so you can just follow him. Perfect. Thank you very much. And then there's a pub that was right on the corner. I began following this guy, and he went into the pub. I was like, great, right, well, this is where we need to be. And then he walked up to the bar, and he ordered a coffee. I sort of stood behind him for a couple of seconds, and then went, oh, this isn't where it's going to be, is it? He's just coming here for a coffee, and I've followed him in. Oh, that looks weird. So I did what any mildly insane and massively socially awkward person would do, and I just went round it and went to the toilet. She'd given me do left, then follow this guy. I did a left, follow that guy, and he was going to get a cup of coffee in the toilet. And I suddenly thought to myself, if I can time this just right, I can be walking out of the toilet as he is leaving, and then he will leave and carry on to where we need to go, and I can just tail him the rest of the way. And it's only in hindsight now, as I retell this story, that actually I realise that would probably look even creepier than what I already did. So I came out of the toilet and he was still at the bar getting his coffee, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to end up leaving before him, because I can't just come out of the toilet now and then just linger behind him again until he leaves, because then the bartender's going to go, and what can I get for you? And I'm going to end up saying a map. The only thing I could do was leave the pub and go back to the start. He is not going to help me. He is in here ordering a coffee. I'm supposed to be trying to find a canteen. I went back to the reception, queued up again, and then spoke to the lady again. I was like, I'm really sorry. I know you said to go out of here, do a left and follow that guy, but that guy went somewhere else. So she said, oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so out of the building, left, follow the wall. You'll go past 2 big openings, see a zebra crossing. When you get there, you'll be at the security office, so if you need any extra help, you can ask them. And it was as I was leaving, I was kind of going, actually, those directions aren't really even that helpful at all. 2 big openings. How big's big? You know, I've seen some big openings in my time, and I've seen some openings that... I've seen things in my time that I would describe as big openings that other people might describe as small opening. There's no way to do this. I've seen openings in my time that I would consider small, that other people would consider big, and that some people would consider big, and that I would consider small. That's just the way it is. You'll get to a zebra crossing. So, okay, well, I'm alongside a road, so again, which zebra crossing? And then you'll be at the security office. Yeah, but I'm looking for the canteen. Help me out, woman. Followed the wall, past the first what I'd call big opening, then past the second what I'd call big opening. No sign of a zebra crossing. Past another big opening. I was like, right, well, I've definitely done at least 3 now. That's a solid direction. Follow the wall. The wall stopped. Kind of reached a corner, turned around the corner, and the wall became a couple of houses. And I was like, this is probably a bit too far. But there was no zebra crossing that I could look out for. There wasn't anything there. By definition, zebra crossing is the black and white lines painted across the road, blinking orange lights. That's what I was looking out for. What I wasn't looking out for was like blue and white lines painted across the floor. Because to me that just denotes like a kind of... It's like a warehouse crossing place. You know, it's where you cross in the warehouse so you don't get impaled on a forklift, right? In fairness to her, yeah, kind of a zebra crossing, but at the same time it's not, is it? What's blue and white? It's like a whale crossing. I walked in, sure enough, security office. Perfect. So went up to the security office and they had like the sliding windows. You know how they do, they kind of have them there and they go, yeah. And I kind of waved at him through the glass and he went. So I went to kind of like pull the window open. I thought he just meant like pull the window open. And so I was kind of tugging on it and it wasn't opening and he went, they're sliding windows. Just open one and talk to me. I was sitting there just like... Be in this meeting for like 9:30. It's like getting to 9:15 now. So I haven't got time for these games. So I followed the direction he was pointing. I wandered round. In my head he's kind of going, there's a door into the office. Come and chat with me. There is a door on the right. So I'm like, great. Found it. Progress. I stepped through the door. To my left was a set of stairs leading upwards, and then to my right were 2 more doors. One said gentlemen and one said ladies. Unless they have like segregated security offices, I don't think either of these routes are going to help me. Turned around, walked out again. For God's sake! And I was like, right, just going to go right. Because that's worked for me twice in my life. So I'm just going to head right and hope for the best. I was walking down the road and you'd get these in like warehouses and things like that where there's like a barricaded off section for pedestrians to kind of walk down safely so again they don't get impaled by forklifts. It's normally very narrow. You can normally get 2 super skinny people walking side by side, otherwise it's got to be single file. So I was walking down this barricaded bit and then there was a really chirpy, energetic man kind of walking towards me and I knew he was going to talk to me. Hello! Are you a blue? Oh, yeah, my blue visitor part. Yeah, I suppose I am. Hi, I'm Fraser. Ah, hi, Fraser. I just head straight to the end there, last door on the right. We've got bacon butties and we've got tea and coffee and biscuits for you, so just go in, make yourself at home. I'm just off to get everyone else from the canteen. See you soon. The woman at reception was trying to direct me to a canteen, right? I have not seen a single canteen-like object in the entire time that I've been there. Not a room, not like a dinner lady, no hot plates, no like tables with all the round benches and things around them, not even like a vending machine. Nothing to get any food from anywhere. This is where I'm supposed to... She directed me to the canteen and I accidentally found my way to where I was actually supposed to be. Last door on the right, in I go. There's another fella in there. Fortunately not the one that I was stalking in the pub for a coffee. Because that would have been super awkward. So at the back there was the tea and coffee station, the biscuits and with the bacon sandwiches. I like bacon sandwiches. Far better than Space Jam sandwiches. So I went up there, took a big old bite. Had butter in it. I don't eat butter. Loaded with butter. Loaded it with ketchup because brown sauce is pointless. They had 2 hot water urns where you press down on top and whatever's inside comes out. Grabbed myself like a teacup, got a mug, pushed down on one of the urns, and then sort of halfway filled it and was like, it's coffee. I don't drink coffee. So with half this cup of coffee, like, well, now what do I do? I can't just leave it here. There's only been 3 people in this room. Me, this other guy who's not going to own up to it, and Fraser, who wasn't even in the room. I was like, well, I can't just leave it here. Everyone's going to know it's me that has just left this half cup of coffee right here. I really wanted tea. I was like, oh. And I have my tea black as well, so I couldn't even tell, other than the smell after I've got like half a cup. It's just kind of like loaded it with 4 sugars. It was like... it'll do. Kind of sat down with my half cup of sugar coffee and a bacon sandwich. Everyone else arrived and was introducing themselves. I saw the guy that I'd stalked for his coffee and things like that. Sat down, big bite of bacon sandwich again, ketchup just going. On the way back there was a woman. I was at the tube station waiting to get my tube back, and I had my earphones in, and it takes some doing to make me take my earphones out because my music's loud. She kind of came up to me and talked to me, and she may as well have just gone, what? Can I get to Earl's Court from here? I don't know these tube stations. Let's look at the map together. Yeah, you can get there. Literally every District Line train is going there. You know, just one off of this platform will do you. One stop, you'll be fine. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. So there we go, that's what happens when I get sent on work courses. I've got to go on another one next week. Thank you for watching. That was kind of longer than I thought it'd be. That was a massive story. I didn't mean for it to go on so long. But hey, I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, I'm going to try and regularly vlog a little bit. Well, at least vlog a little bit more regularly anyway. Yeah, hope you guys are doing okay. I will see you soon. There is more news and things coming up, but I'm going to do a separate video for news and events and things that are happening. So stay tuned, and I will see you all when I next see you all. Bye! I don't know how I always end up having to burp in a video when I'm talking. I don't ever have to burp. And then it comes to having to do a video and it's just like burp, 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 burp. I was making one earlier and just kept sneezing all over the place. Not like, I mean, I just kept sneezing every so often.